hanging out with those people. We do the same games. I don't like to hang out with those people at church. They're a little weird. I don't know why they come there. Wish they didn't. Those people over there. Maybe you've been on the receiving end of that feeling. Yeah, those people. It's funny anytime that we start to use words like those, even on an emotional level, where we set ourselves apart from somewhere else. Those people over there. So Jesus responds. A couple weeks ago, he starts out with the parable of the lost sheep. A sheep with the flock. Gets distracted, wanders away, gets stuck, can't get back, and the shepherd goes to find it. Today we have the second story. Starting in verse 8. Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Won't she light a lamp, sweep the entire house, and search carefully until she finds it? When she finds it, she'll call on her friends and neighbors and say, "Rejoice with me, because I found my lost coin." Okay, simple story. There's a woman. She has 10 coins. Woohoo! She loses one. Now, commentators are not necessarily in complete agreement as to what these 10 coins were. You may have heard this story preached before, and it was the dowry that the woman had that was given to her at marriage, had deep emotional value, similar to DJ's wedding ring, but even greater. Maybe she was a widow, it doesn't say, but this was her symbol of being married, her symbol of value, her symbol of place, and an amazing heirloom for her and her family. And it's gone, and there's one coin gone, and she freaks out. Or it may have been that this simply was her life savings. A silver coin was worth about a day's wage. So she had 10 days. 10 days of life saved up. What do you make in a day? How much money do you make in a day? $300. All right? You make $300 in a day. If I came to you and stole $300, you'd kind of be irritated. If I gave you $300, you'd be pretty happy. Woo! She loses one day's wage. So we're saying, wow, I don't make that much. $150, $20, whatever. Put it in your own context. Loses it. This is her livelihood for her, and perhaps her family. We don't know context on the woman. Either way, she loses it, and she freaks out. Won't she light a lamp and sweep the entire house and search carefully until she finds it? You gotta imagine these little houses that this woman would have lived in. Dark, very dark houses. Didn't have large, elaborate glass windows like we would have, even in our simplest of homes. They had small windows, perhaps covered with lattice work, usually fairly high up to help prevent people crawling in at night. They were narrow, and the wall could be fairly thick. And so they would radiate the opening wider on the inside so it would let more light in. This still isn't letting very much light in. This is a dark, shadowy room, even in daylight. So a dark, shadowy room, and there's one coin. One little coin that she's looking for. You imagine what happens at the house. Furniture starts flying. Furniture starts being drug out the front yard. It looks like an Experienced Women's Ministry yard sale. There's stuff everywhere. She's pulling out. The neighbors are looking at her going, "She's crazy. What's the deal? What's going on over? I lost my coin." She's tearing up the house. She lights the lamp. Because if you're in that kind of place, sometimes the best way to find something is to sweep. Maybe your kitchens look like that a time or two. Even after the kids do cooking. And flour, it looks like exploded throughout the entire house.